So I said, God, I came to you and I prayed and I asked you for peace. I guess this is you putting me in a position to have to practice that peace. If you guys stick with me to the end of this video, I'm certain that the perspective that I have will help you guys tremendously and you'll be able to call in a lot more rewards and blessings for yourself. First, I'm going to tell you guys a story about how I was not only able to manifest a brand new 2024 SUV, but I was able to manifest an entirely different career path for myself, and I did it in 30 days. Luke 8:24. The disciples went and woke him, saying, Master, Master, we're going to drown. He got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided. All was calm. Where is your faith? He asked his disciples. In fear and amazement, they asked one another, Who is this? He commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him. First, a story about my car. So, literally, I have always had problems with my car. I didn't have the finances that I needed to be able to get a nice car. And all I didn't want anything major. I just wanted buttons on my steering wheel, like everybody else had. Something nice and updated. I just wanted a GPS on my dashboard so that I didn't have to look at my phone every time I needed a GPS and it could crash. And I just wanted something upgraded, but I could never afford those type of cars. I always had to get a car that was within my means. So my very first car was a bright blue PT Cruiser. No, this was my second car. Everybody has to have that hand-me-down 1990 something car. When that car gave out on me, I had to get another car. That was a bright PT Cruiser, not just bright blue. A bright blue PT Cruiser with hot pink flames that the previous owner had put on there, and I instantly hated it. It looked like a cotton candy mobile, but my father was insistent that that was the car for me. You could afford it, it's so you, yada yada yada. So I got the car and I named her Cece for cotton candy. Cece gave me a whirlwind of problems. She always overheated. She was very loud. Sometimes she didn't start. She would die down on me on the freeway. So after about 4 years of having her, I had to get a new car, and it wasn't the time to get a new car. I was forced into getting a new car. And yet again, because of my credit score and my lack of finances, I had to just get a car that I could afford. So I got a bright red sedan. And as I'm signing the papers, which should be happy, people should be happy. Oh my God, I'm at the car dealership. I'm signing for a new car. I had tears rolling down my face, and I'm like, great, I'm locked in to another car that I absolutely hate. It's bright, it's loud, it didn't have the features that I wanted. Still, no GPS built in or anything that was convenient, no backup camera, none of that. But it was what I was able to get at the time, another A and B car. And I had that car for 6 years, and throughout that 6 years, maybe I didn't take care of it the best, but it gave me trouble again. So fast forward, I had been trying to go on this healing journey. Been trying for months to get therapy, had to deal with all this insurance stuff. Finally, I get a therapy appointment. It's after work. I'm on my way to my appointment. I'm listening to music. I'm so happy. Boom, 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 boom. My car breaks down. I'm like, I know that ain't my tires underneath me doing that. So I'm like, great. Mind you, I had been in the middle of trying to heal my problems with finances, so I had just a little bit of my savings to keep me comfortable, but because there was such a high theft with break-ins for Hyundai and Kias, I could no longer afford insurance on my car. And if I couldn't afford the insurances that would cover me, the other ones were like, we don't cover your car, your year, your make, your model. We don't cover them because TikTok showed everybody how to break into them. So I had no insurance on my car. I had no AAA. I had nothing. So I'm sitting on the side of the road about to miss my therapy appointment that took me about a cool 5 months to get. This is the moment where usually I would be beating up my steering wheel and crying and hyperventilating and cursing the world. Why do I always have bad luck? Why does stuff like that always happen to me? Oh, Lexi's about to be happy. Boom, let's snatch her happiness away. That felt like that was constantly the pattern of my life. So I said, God, I came to you and I prayed and I asked you for peace. I guess this is you putting me in a position to have to practice that peace. I asked you to help elevate my life. I asked you for a new car. I asked you for a lot. I'm not going to lie, Lord. I did ask you for a lot. So I said, I think that this is you putting me to the test. So I said, Lord, if I pass this test right now, because now I'm hyper aware. Now I know that instead of this being a tragedy, it's a test. So I said, if I handle this with grace, show me what happens after I do that. Show me why we handle things with grace. Show me why my faith in you is so strong. And I said, it could have been worse. I could have not had the money to pay for the things that I needed. I could have had my infant with me in the back seat. But luckily, my baby was at daycare. I paid about $400 for new tires and $100 for a tow truck. And I had exactly $505 in my account or something like that. So just $5 more than what I needed. And I said, I'll be grateful. I'm going to be grateful for the fact that I was able to get myself out of the situation, that I did have the money necessary, because an old way of thinking would be, oh my God, I just saved this money. Now I have to put it back into this car. This car is always costing me money. I can never keep money in my savings account. This car never runs right. I'm going to try handling things with grace and seeing how I'm rewarded for that. Fast forward 2 weeks later, still playing catch up because now I have no savings. I just used it all for my car and for a tow truck. I have the baby in her car seat. I have my lunch in my hands. I'm walking out the door to go to work. Lo and behold, keep in mind I have no insurance. So lo and behold, my back window is busted. Glass everywhere. There's glass in her car seat holder, base of the car, all over my seat, all on the floor. And I look and my ignition and my steering wheel is completely taken apart. Somebody attempted, thank you TikTok for showing them, somebody attempted to steal my car right before I was about to go to work. As I'm already trying to play catch up on all of my bills, I'm just like, great, the last thing that I need is to be missing work. The last thing that I need is to have to pay for a replacement window and to try to pay to have this steering wheel fixed. And it was just, like I said, the old me would have definitely had a meltdown, but instead, I just stared for a while. I said, here's another test. You thought I handled that first test so well. He was like, here goes another one. Let's see what you do. So I prayed and I said, Lord, instead of the usual me wanting them to get their karma and hoping all these bad things happen to them, I pray that whatever demons those people have, that you take it from them so that they can stop inconveniencing other people's lives. Whatever stress that those people are under, help heal them, Lord, so that they can stop causing havoc to other people. And that was it. I still found a way to make it to work. I trusted in God that things would get better, so all I could do was just keep calm. And I figured that that's the key to everything. I'm just going to keep calm. Things will fall into place. Keep calm, keep my faith, right? Look at the bigger picture. 1 week later, 2 days later, I actually applied for a new car through my bank. I got pre-approved, and now because I had this blank check from them, I was able to go car shopping. And all the car salesmen were telling me that I was not able to get a 2024. I had to get something probably used because of the budget that I was approved for. And I saw this one car that I really wanted, a 2024 Kona. And it was in gray, and for the life of me, I just had to have a great car. I wanted a great car for so many years. And I want to say I talked to about 15 different salesmen on the phone, text. I was like, I'm not going into any more places. I'm going to do everything online. 6 of those out of those 15 had told me no to the Kona. Finally, I get a call and somebody's like, hey, I got your inquiry. I can get you a brand new Kona. And I was like, yeah. I literally told them, I said, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but sure. I'm not going to come inside either. You can text me what you're able to do. 1 week later, on my birthday, on February 24th, I went to go pick up my brand new 2024 Kona, which was delivered to me with balloons in the back and birthday bows on the top of the car. Look at God. Last week, my car was broken into. I had no money in my account. And still, with no money in my account, I was able to go get a brand new 2024 SUV. And just 2 weeks prior to that, I was cursing, like, I get my car, I just can't wait to get a new one, but I can never afford it. It's not the right time. And on my birthday, I'm picking up an SUV in the color that I've wanted for over a decade. Crazy how I was rewarded because of me keeping my faith and me just remaining calm and looking at the bigger picture. Had I had just done that in the other situations, I feel like it would have been so much easier. It was Gandhi that said, "I don't give vent to my anger. I cultivate the quality of my patience as angerless. And generally speaking, I succeed. But I only control my anger when it comes." Same with my job. I had been working with a job kids for about 5 years now. And as you guys know, I keep talking about my lack of finances, and it's because when you work with kids, it's very inconsistent. But it was what I was good at. It's what I loved to do. Career-wise, if I had to pick a career, it'd be something in writing because I have children's books made. I'm in the middle of writing a chapter book. I love to write. That's my passion. But career-wise, working with children was what I was just great at. But you guys remember in school, there was always all these breaks, right? So when we have those breaks, I don't get paid. So there would be 2 weeks off for Christmas, a week off for fall break, a week off for spring break, this little half day every week, and random day off here, random day off there. And it was just always messing with my finances to where I could not play catch up. As soon as I came up for air, oh, another unpaid week off, another 2 weeks off unpaid. And it was a lot. And I didn't have any other credentials to get me a different job. So I went on this cruise. I went on a vacation with like to my name, and I was just like, this is the last time I'm ever going to go on a cruise. Stressed. Why am I going on a cruise and I'm completely broke? I said, when I go home, I was sitting on the beach looking at the ocean, and I was like, when I go home, I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna find a new job. I don't care how I get it. I'm gonna get out of this career field and find one. Last day of that cruise, I got a text and somebody was like, hey, do you want to apply for this position? It's salary. You could work half from home. You would have your own, if you get a laptop, you would digital marketing. And I was like, I have no experience, but what I can do is I'm a writer. I will write one hell of a cover letter and gas myself up. I wrote the cover letter. At the interview, about a week later, she called me and offered me the position and also said, hey, by the way, you can also make a lateral move, and after being with us for X amount of time, you could become a blog writer for our company. And it can't, what? Mind you, I did forget to tell you guys, I was extremely stressed out because not only were those breaks, holidays coming up, and I wasn't getting paid for those, but every summer break, you're off of work for 2.5 months where you're not getting paid. So you have to try to find something to do for 2.5 months. And that was what was heavily on my mind. And that's what was stressing me out also. It was like, I'm already behind in bills. How am I going to, what job that I can do for the summer that's going to pay all of my bills? And now I'm getting a job where I can use my own creative ideas, and I have all this responsibility, and I'm going to be able to become a writer eventually, and it's salary based. I've never had that consistency before. So honestly, let go and let God. Let go. And guys, whenever you're in a stressful situation, think and just be like, how is this testing me right now? I don't think that it's happening to any of us. I think that God wants to see how we're going to handle it, and he's gonna determine that we are ready to level up to the next phase in our life. So in conclusion, God is like a father who practices gentle parenting. He's gonna give us what we want, but only after he sees that we have calmed down and that we have stopped temper tantruming. And once you stop the temper tantrums, going to give you what you've been after this entire time. And let me know in the comments if that helped you guys. Let me know if you guys have been practicing to just learn to pass the test and keep your faith in God strong enough to do so. Please like this video because I am going to drop weekly videos from here on out, and I'll see you guys in my next video.